Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to do an update here for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now is trading at $23,846. 24-hour volume, we are up 74%. Market cap, we are up 2.33%. Now going over to the chart here, we're going to start through different time frames, but of course, starting at our 1 week here, we can see at the top at our peak, right on November 8th, we are generally in a downtrend, always hitting the consistent top trend line and then coming back down. The ultimate test here is retracing closer to our 20 MA. However, it is going to take a couple of days for us to actually retest this and see if we can be able to break on the upside, breaking this overall bear trend. Now, that is going to take a couple of days for us to even get closer to this. The reason why I say that is a few elements here. So already on our fib chart, we can see that we've retraced closer to the 61%. We're getting into the 50% of our fib chart, but normally we see retracement levels at the 61 and then coming back down if the current is a bearish current, and that's pretty strong. We're going to measure our currents by our MACD, and what it looks like is already a crossover already onto the bullish side. However, what that means is we're going to pair it off with the RSI to consider if it is going to be oversold or overbought, and if there is going to be a retracement or a reversal at this end. And what we can already see with our RSI is these two lines are touching. They haven't crossed over yet, and there are scenarios where the price can continue to raise or go higher in the price even though that these two lines are close together. And there is a area right up here as well. So we can see that it just touched gracefully right here as we're coming in, but the price continued to go up just slightly here. So another scenario, it could possibly, repeat itself in history where the price is currently right here, but it hasn't crossed over quite yet to be considered to be oversold overbought or signal a potential selling opportunity. If we do take a look tomorrow and we see that crossover, then of course price is going to react to it and come back down. We can see the retracement at the 61% at 23,357, and the next area at 78% carried a good significant of support roughly around July 18th and July 25. If price is going to come back down, that would be pretty alarming for the 20,900. But I don't think price is going to drastically move this down, and that's why we're going to go through different time frames. So on the weekly time frame, we know that it is a possible oversold, overbought, and we could retrace downwards. Going into immediate short term for 3 hours, we're going to take a look at more of the candlestick patterns. Of course, the momentum already we see is more of a bullish aspect coming right up here. Now, what we can see on a lower time frame of 3 days, already we're capped up at a resistance of 24,540. Depending on the current here and depending on the RSI, we could ultimately break above that. Now, notice the reaction of the Bollinger Bands as I squeeze through. It is pinching in, so it is alerting us that there is going to be a breakout either in an uptrend or a downtrend. We've already crossed over the 20 MA, which does show us that we are currently in an uptrend. We're creating a lot of lower highs. However, we're getting stuck right here. So if we can imagine and draw this out, we've got a line at the very top here, okay? And then we've got a trend line coming down here. So normally when we have the trend line at the very top here, again, it shows weakness for the buyers. They can only push the price this high, and we only have the sellers pushing the price as low, but the lowest they can go is this amount. So it is essentially an ascending triangle that we're looking at right now. What we're looking for and what we need to establish closer to this resistance line is the momentum is strong, the volume is strong as well, and of course, RSI can still continue to go up. So let's take a look on our day chart and take a look at what that looks here. Okay, so a little bit more refined, we can see the Bollinger Bands are closing in. It's more restricted, meaning lower volatility. Again, we can see the higher lows being formed. The top of our resistance line closer to 50% of our overall fib. We can see that the momentum crossed over, Okay, it crossed over on the bullish side and the RSI is only registered at 67.59. This leads me to believe that there is still some wiggle room for us to close above it and break above it. Now, again, here is another resistance line, this trend line that we saw on a weekly pattern. What we need to be able to see, in this triangle that we're in is breaking above this, coming back up, and then retracing down. If we can hold above the 50% of our fib at 25,084, then we are continuing this uptrend channel, and the possibilities on a weekly chart. Sorry, I moved over to a monthly chart. The possibilities of a weekly chart of coming up here and retracing closer to the 20 MA is more feasible. So that is basically my outlook here for Bitcoin. There is a few things that I am going to be looking at for tomorrow's video as well. And update is making sure that there is still some wiggle room to come up with our RSI. We see the momentum stronger because it just flipped over on the day, which is going to reflect in all of the time frames we covered today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.